This time on Rat and Cat, should you have to pay the bill for your own rescue? Welcome to Rat and Cat, where we search, survive, and explore. I'm Nakia. On June 15, 2018, 80-year-old James Clark was found lying in the fetal position high on Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Earlier, the Dublin, Ohio man started climbing the 6,288-foot-high peak with two family members. He started slowing down and told the other two to move on ahead without him. Mount Washington is notorious for rapidly changing severe weather. In fact, a wind speed of 234 miles per hour was recorded on Mount Washington in 1934, holding the record for the strongest wind ever recorded by man outside of a hurricane or a cyclone. But Clark was evidently unaware of that fact. He had very little clothing with him and was unprepared when freezing rain began to fall. Clark's climbing companions made a second mistake when they descended using a different route. When they reached the parking area near 8 p.m., they realized Clark had not returned and contacted search and rescue. The New Hampshire Fish and Game Department said rescue workers reached Clark just after 1 a.m. in the fetal position, exhibiting what appeared to be signs and symptoms of hypothermia to the point of not being able to speak clearly or discernibly. Fish and Game Major Dave Walsh told one newspaper that the department is considering sending a bill for the cost of the rescue operation to Clark's family members who left him on the trail, and that criminal charges are also possible. To my knowledge, nothing has come from those threats. Why? If you spent any time in the outdoors, you've likely heard similar threats over the past several decades. Should people who need to be rescued pay for their rescue? Maybe. Has it ever happened? To my knowledge, no. Why? There are several reasons. First, law enforcement have been reluctant to charge for the rescue operation because they fear people won't call when they really need help. Another reason people don't pay for their own rescue is because of the diverse funding sources. The Tom Loon Nang Non Cave Rescue, for example, included more than 100 rescue organizations. An estimated 10,000 people contributed to the rescue effort, including more than 100 divers, representatives from about 100 government agencies, 900 police officers, 2,000 soldiers, and numerous volunteers. It'd be hard to calculate the expenses. Also, many rescue organizations are nonprofits relying on trained volunteers. The equipment they use is totally funded through donations and grants. Also, law enforcement and first responders can't bill for extra time because our taxes are already paying for their salary. And a lot of their rescue gear is funded through grants as well. You could make the argument that rescues are taking up time that law enforcement and other first responders shouldn't be spending time on because they need to spend time on other rescues. Well, that's a little bit untrue too, because you see, I've seen firsthand times when first responders will handle a rescue operation personally simply because they're a little bit bored. I mean, what would be more interesting, sitting around the firehouse all through the middle of the night, or headed out on a mountain adventure? The fact is, there are actually a lot of trained, certified search and rescue volunteers standing by who are more than willing to put their skills to the test. Looking at the Thai Cave Rescue again, for the actual extraction, of the 18 rescue divers, 13 were volunteer international cave divers, and 5 were Thai Navy SEALs. So while most news agencies reporting on rescue operations emphasize police, fire, and military personnel, there are actually even more people out there volunteering their time, either because there are more feet needed on the ground, or people with special skills are needed for unique rescue operations. Still, rescue efforts throughout history have been a partnership between volunteers and government-employed individuals. So, overall, there are huge financial resources going into each rescue, but it would certainly be difficult to charge the beneficiary of a rescue in a fair manner. At the same time, there are people who love the outdoors and feel passionate about learning and survival skills and helping others to survive in emergency situations. Passion and compassion. Also, there is an awareness that everybody makes mistakes. Some are extra stupid mistakes. Certainly there's the need for wilderness safety education that can't be understated. And that's mostly what we're about here on Rat and Cat. If you like this video, you may also like this story about killer cliffs and serial killers. Just click here to watch it. And until next time, I'm Nakia. This is Rat and Cat. Get out there, be safe, and enjoy the wild.